What's up, beautiful souls? Hope you guys are having an amazing day so far. Your boy Loon is back with another Reddit read. You guys see it in the title. Today, we are exploring Not How Girls Work. For those of you guys that don't know, r/NotHowGirlsWork is home of some of the silliest posts about women that is just not how they work at all. Their body, their minds, or anything like that. And most of it's common sense and really silly. So I'm excited to dive into this. But yeah, let's get into it. So we got the top post of the week, and the top post is a comic strip here, and it says how girls actually work. Okay, know the work rules. So we got a guy here looking a little stud-like going in there. Did you get a haircut? It looks great. Oh, you're sweet. And she appreciated that compliment. That's a good compliment. I would like that compliment too. Shoot. Whenever I get a haircut, I'm like, phew. Thanks for noticing. We got a nerdy dude here. Your guy comes in. You got some sexy legs. I wonder what they'd look like spread. Ew, dude. Hello, human resources. She's calling. Yeah, I mean, if anyone says this to anybody, that's creepy at work. Unless it's like a bro of mine that's saying it as an obvious joke. Like, that's creepy as hell. Yeah, that's a strange one. And then we got some context here. There's a difference between genuine compliments and SH. So many guys can't seem to understand this. I love compliments from anybody, girls or guys, so as long as they're nice and mention something I have control over and not an innate physical feature. For guys, if you wouldn't say it to another guy, you probably shouldn't say it to a girl. And you know what? I'm going to add to this. This is a pro tip for all the people out there. If you guys compliment someone, especially women, but it also applies to men, and you compliment something beyond just physical stuff, it's gonna weigh a lot more. I can tell you the amount of times that I've gotten a compliment like, oh, you look really great today, blah, 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 or something like that, right? I'm like, oh, thanks. Like, that's really awesome. But whenever they're like, hey, you're actually really good at time management and getting stuff done, that weighs so much more. Or like, they're like, oh, I really loved your YouTube videos. That stuff where it's my work ethic or my smarts, brain, stuff like that, that weighs so much more. And that's why the comments that you guys put on my channel and my videos, it means so much to me because most of you guys are saying like genuine stuff. And I know it because it's like, I don't know, it's just not physical stuff, you know? I mean, I like those compliments too, don't get me wrong. Compliments are compliments. Just know how to do it, and I mean, just don't say this. Come on, guys. All right, let's read the comments here. For guys, if you wouldn't say it to another guy, then you probably shouldn't say it to a girl. Unfortunately, the worst offenders would never compliment another guy because they inherently see compliments as something you give to someone who you are interested in having S with. This came up on a long thread about a guy, about why guys don't get compliments often. And not a significant number of guys were like, of course, if you compliment me, I'm going to assume that you want to have S with me. That's when you compliment people. That's such a backwards mentality. If you actually think that, you have not been touching grass enough, because people could genuinely be nice to you and not want anything. I know that sounds crazy. But that's a thing. All right, this one says, I hate this so much. What the hell am I looking at, guys? All right. Scold's brittle, an iron headpiece used to publicly humiliate women accused of nagging their husbands or talking too much. Is this really a thing? Or was it? I mean, brother, what? First recorded in Scotland in 1567. Oh my God, I cannot believe this is an actual thing. England and Scotland, home of the goofiest people right here for doing this, was slid into a brittle bit was slid into the mouth and pressed down on top of the tongue, often with spikes on the tongue as a compress. It functioned to silence the wearer from speaking entirely, to prevent the woman from nagging. Bro, that's crazy. And dude, it's funny that we see stuff like this historically, and then guys will be like, yeah, women should not have rights and stuff. I'm like, bro, they went through stuff like this. Oh my gosh, dude, that sucks. What the hell? Who thought this was a thing? Treating them like a dog is crazy. All right, comments on this was, damn, they're sold out on Amazon. So, not a new problem. Got it. I need one of these. Amazon link, are they available in assorted colors? I mean, this is just trolling. I'm not gonna even lie. This is kind of funny. I mean, it's really messed up. It's kind of dark humor. I kind of like this type of humor. obviously this is so messed up. I'm like 99.99% sure they're just laugh and just say that it's just a joke and how everyone's sensitive nowadays if everyone reacts in this anyway. I mean, if anyone actively thinks that this should be a thing, that's crazy. I just think it's silly. But it's a funny little joke of, I think it's more funny that something like this was so preposterous. Dang, I cannot speak today. But you guys know what I'm saying. It's so crazy that this was an actual thing. And I'm kind of laughing more at how silly it is as a whole. Same guys probably whine about how they don't find a girlfriend while watching the latest Tate video. Yeah. Okay, if you are actually like harping on this, like going out of your way to search this, oh, blah, 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 and to add, yeah, you're pretty silly for that. But I can't believe that's an actual invention. 99.99% sure they'll post that and then call themselves free speech advocates with a straight face. Yeah. So which is it? All right, we got the painting of Arnold, the famous painting, the Dap. You can't pleasure a woman if you're less than 6. It's just women get pleasure from using tampons. Yeah, dude. So which is it? You guys realize how small a tampon is? And that's disgusting. Do you understand how tampons work? I have a good video. This is a great video
ladies
for
and
reference
gentlemen?
here.
Today we're going to find out how a woman's tampon works. Why? Because the better you can understand women, the better you can love them. Oh! Write that on a billboard. I will be shoving the tampon in the water bottle hole, and the hole basically ready for the full effect, which is probably unnecessary now that I think about it. I've never got to unbox one of these things. This is like a blind unboxing. Ooh, let's see what color I got. Blue! Ultra rare. Okay, it looks like a nuke. I actually do not know how this works whatsoever. What is that thingy?
Yo, the first time I ever saw a tampon, I felt the exact same way.
So obviously I know you dip it in like that. I'm just gonna go for it. I think I kind of know what I'm talking about, but I'll nuke. The device is, so I don't know what I'm doing. So we're gonna drop it in. It's like a little nuke. The device has entered the situation. And now I'm just gonna pull up like a little popper. That is not what I'm supposed to. Oh, you push on that. You push on that. And now it's in. And you hold on that string. Don't let it go.
Yeah, so that's essentially how a tampon works for those of you guys that don't know, as aka the dudes out there. You can obviously tell with that description, how could they ever get pleasure from that? I had a discussion with S shop owner a few days ago how most of upper shelf members shaped products are 6 inches plus, while plenty of customers, myself included, want something more moderately sized. Also, if a tampon makes one insecure, there is a little more to be said. Yeah, I never understood why they're so big. Like, whenever you go into an S shop and you see some of this, women toys, obviously they're 8-inch stamps. Dude, if you got an 8-inch stamp in, bro, what? That would be insane. All right, women aren't a property. They are humans, and they do have a choice. All right, let's see where this is going. So this tweet says, hey, so women aren't cars. They're actually people. I'm going to have to blur this next part. The original post here says, marital R-word, ? Right. And I steal my own car to go to work in the morning. Give me a break. What? That doesn't make any sense. You can still R-word. Dude, you guys understand what R-word, like the meaning behind it is? It's doing it against someone's will. Cars don't have any will or consciousness at all. Like what? How are you comparing it? That's just so stupid. Anyways, no thanks. Okay. Grandmother, mother, and daughter. In engineering terms, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Oh my God. Ew. Whoa. Dude, that's nasty. Come on. Also, they are a beautiful dude. That's the mom. The mom looks like the sister. Hell, even the grandmother looks like the sister. They all have great genetics. Yeah, that's of course give it to a dude to make it just sexual in any way possible. Imagine taking a picture with your mom and somebody types out this disgusting caption. Yeah, that's the internet for you. I'm an engineer. ... No, that is not an engineering term. Oh, did he say engineering? Oh yeah. Wouldn't that just be like a tool term? Like you use that for tools and stuff in general? Update. If it's loose, you're not a verge. Okay. Oh, I think this one is pretty dark, so I'm gonna actually blur it because, yeah, I'm gonna read as much as I can, and then yeah, okay. So we got a text message exchange here, and the other person said something that ended in ass bitch. Okay, F you, and then OP says you are such a D. The guy goes, you know what? I'm sorry, I didn't realize you could have been R'd, and that's why it was so loose. What? Why would anyone even try to say something like that in any context? And then she goes, what the F did you just say to me? I was trying to apologize, is what he said. And then she said, what the F are you talking about? Like I said, women don't get a loose V from S. They get it from being into it. That is actually pretty accurate. The more loose they feel, the more they're actually into the action of stuff, and it's because it's starting to, you know, open up more and also like lubricate itself and stuff. So that's actually a good thing. That means that you're doing things right. If it's too tight, then usually there's a condition. Well, there's one of two things: they're not aroused, there's an actual condition, or they need a lot more foreplay. I don't know, but that's just from my knowledge. I could be completely wrong. You guys let me know in chat what you guys think. Yeah. So back to the convo. The guy goes, quit effing lying. You don't need to say it like you liked me. Wait, hold up. You don't need to say it like you liked it to make me feel better. It's okay that you have had S before. I just want to become friends again. And then she goes, you're such a B. Don't ever text me again. And then the context said, well, he texted her again and now said that he is sorry. He didn't realize that she probably got R'd, and that's why it was loose. By the way, the reason I drew over stuff is because it had personal information about them. If you didn't see my first post, it was posted recently, by the way. So just to give you a TLDR, essentially there's a conversation with two people after they had S for the first time. Right? The girl, well, they both probably told each other that they were virgins. And the guy feels insulted because she was loose. And so there's no way that she could have been a virgin, which is just so bad women's anatomy. Like, what? Did he really expect you to accept an apology like that? Yeah, how is that even an apology? Anyways, it's always the anime fans. Okay. Whoa. What do you mean? I'm an anime fan. Why is this a thing? Girls' fantasies. You got a sweaty ass dude. Oh my God, he is really sweaty. And he's got his hands over a girl's neck pretty aggressively. Boys' fantasies. Girl and guy hugging. That's inaccurate. I think you're kind of projecting here because I actually know a lot of guys that are into this. And I know some girls that are into this. And I know a lot of guys, I know some guys that are into this, but I know more girls into this fantasy. So I don't think this is accurate at all. And also, some people are into both. I mean, I don't think anyone's into this, like, exactly, but you get what I'm saying, like the kink of it. Why is this a thing that they made up? Yeah, literally. Dude, that shit is so funny. All, like, the incel and nice guys people, they just make up stuff to make sure that they're the victims. Women fertility is high quality until menopause. Check your swimmers, guys, okay? Women's egg quality stays stable with age. It's men's sperm that have a biological clock. That could actually make sense. I think the women's egg count decreases. The quality doesn't change. Men's quality does change and also count, but we do produce it for longer than women, where women's don't even produce more. It's just they lose it over time. I think. I could be completely wrong, by the way. I'm literally an idiot, so don't fact check me. Or please do fact check me. Don't quote me is what I meant to say. A 2025 study in Science Advance reveals surprising insights into fertility and aging. Women's eggs don't accumulate more DNA mutations as they age. Men's sperms do. And the older the man, the higher the risk of genetic errors. Is that true? I actually don't know. I would figure that both kind of play a role. These sperm mutations can increase the chances of passing on health conditions to children. While women face declining eggs quantities over time. Yeah, that's pretty much what I thought. The study shows that their egg quality at the DNA level stays remarkably stable. Men, on the other hand, see age-linked mutations in sperm. Interesting. Egg quality and fertility are not the same thing, and sperm quality lowering with age is a thing. The difference is that we're born with our eggs. It is not something we make. Sperm is made constantly, and just like aging affects our skin and joints, sperm quality can decrease because the certain telomeres and genetic code miscalculations. For example, the chances of having an offspring with Down syndrome are doubled over the age of 35. Really? That's wild. Now, the maternal side does affect this too, but the chances of the Down syndrome coming from the X chromosome doesn't increase until she is 40. Even then, it increases much less. Okay, so there is still a little bit. I don't know. This could be all wrong. We're getting this knowledge from Reddit, so who knows? But interesting. Oh God, this one sounds intense. Pathetic racist with a teeny little wiener. That's what this guy is, okay? Your future wife is playing 2-goal matches with a genetically superior boy in the back row in high school, supporting him in his studies and engaging in physical intimacy. This scene is an indicator of the corruption of the educational system. How the hell does this connect to the educational system? Therefore, co-education should come to an end, and women and men should not receive education together. Bro, okay. And I do not mean this as an insult again, but that's quite possibly one of the gayest things you could have said. And gay by actual definition, not trying to be insulting or anything, but you want to be in a school with just dudes because you see dudes with girls. That's pretty much what it's telling me. And if you want that, and if you're actually gay, that's fine, dude. Go for it, man. Send it. I'm proud of you. Come out and just be real. But if you're jealous of this dude having help from his girlfriend, so you're like, you know what? Nah, all guys should be in school together and all women should be in school together separately. And it's almost like these guys, they adopt a conservative mentality because they're seeing everyone doing so well. And so they're like, you know what? No one can be happy. Not saying that conservatives can't be happy, but I'm saying like this type of conservative mentality. Summary, I don't look like my type and I have a 3-centimeter T. Yeah, for real, dude. Dude is just so insecure. For this reason, women should be isolated from men so that the girl they forced to marry me doesn't realize that I'm a freaking bastard son of a whore. Conclusion, you're pathetic, buddy. Yeah, fully agree. The corruption of the education system is 2 teenagers being cute together at school while studying. Yeah, literally, I didn't understand how that could even connect to the education system. They're just sour that no one wanted to be cute with them in high school. Yo, for real, or maybe it wasn't necessary. What future wife, LMAO, what if she marries this guy or someone else's guy entirely? Or figures out that she's actually a lesbian, or decides she wants to remain single for the rest of her time by the time that she reaches adulthood. Any number of things could happen in between the relationship and the future. She could even be unalived in the meantime. Damn, someone really wrote all of this? I'm not reading all that. But anyways, on to the next. This was the majority of the comment section, ... When a woman says count is X, she actually means 2X. This is talking about body count, all right? When a man says count is 2 divided by 2, I don't know. It depends. This is a lot of context. I would change this and say, when someone's body count is too high and they're really insecure about it, then it actually means 2X. And that means men and women. And then this one would be when a person is secure about their count, then it is just what it is. And then when someone is trying to flex on other people, usually men in this situation, divide it by 2. Yeah. It's at least 5X for women these days. Dude, that is not true. Hoflation is real. I found it that people that are, and this goes with guys too, that are insecure about their count, then they'll like lie about it. But most of the time, most of the situations I've been, if you're open to your partner or somebody you're talking to, more than likely they're probably being truthful. And I can say that because most of the women that I have dated and have been with, I've usually had a higher body count than them most of the time. And I don't really care. I'm usually not the one to ask. It's usually if the other person asks, then I'm like, yeah, what's yours? But I'm never the one to ask because I really don't care about someone's past. I guess I'll carry the baby in my A. Oh, what? All right. Pregnant or not, this is a comment on Instagram, by the way. Pregnant or not, if my B let herself go that bad, I'd leave. The fact that you said if my B, let her go, like the bitch word. Yeah, you probably don't have one. And a girl, not a B, a lady. Anyways, if my B let herself go that bad, I'd leave. Okay. You don't need to gain any more than 10 pounds and you can still stay fit. How am I supposed to get taken care of or get any pleasure if she looks like that? Brother, do you taken care of or get any pleasure? You can totally do that with any size. What are you even talking about? With that, I don't agree with. Now, if you don't have a preference for bigger women and they get big, you as their partner should probably just help them get in a fit more lifestyle. I don't know. This is weird. This is just silly. Nobody let him know that about cryptic pregnancies though. Also, women when pregnant or not? Hold on, I forgot that he even said pregnant. Dude, do you realize like in order to create a human being, you have to like feed the human being in your belly, and that's gonna gain weight. What are you even on, bro? You are never gonna end up with anyone with this mentality. And then even after, there's residuals that they have to like, work at. Some people rebound really fast. Some people rebound longer. Calling your SOB is a red flag enough. Not that he's getting any B's anyways. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I saw a video of somebody having a totally normal pregnancy, except her baby weighed 12 pounds. So even then, that's dumb. Damn, 12 pounds is crazy. Not how girls work. All right, let's see. Phew, okay. I'm gonna have to show you this first part and then I'll blur the next. I can't believe some women need to be taught this. Tell her to use soap and water. Problem solved. Everyone in here trying to save face for her by blaming her pH balance. They're not helping. And then he quotes a little Dirk quote. P-U, or let's say the puss, like a cat, stinking. She trying to blame her pH balance like, I'm like, no, Lil Durk, you got him in 2023. Wow. That's genuinely not how girls work at all. I mean, even I kind of even know this, and I'll show you guys a little bit of knowledge from what I know and what women have told me. So you can't put soap in there because that's how you actually, it's like bad for them. Water, yeah, totally. And that does help a lot with cleaning and with sanitary stuff, bacteria, smell, everything. Because smell is essentially bacteria, right? Now, with pH balance, right? That is a genuine thing that does affect that. And pH can be thrown off by a lot of things, from diet to if you have a partner and they, inside you, that could throw you off as well. Also, another thing that can factor is where are they in terms of their cycle? Are they on their cycle? Are they just coming off of it? Is it about to happen? That also can affect, in my knowledge as well. And, I've actually met somebody, I can't out anyone, but I met somebody who had irregular cycles. And because of their irregular cycles, it did make their pH and also the smell wonky at different times. And then, but whenever they figured that part out and they got on like a birth control that regulated it more, the smell went away. So it's not even permanent too. But yeah, just dropping a little knowledge. I could be wrong though. I'm still just a dumb guy on YouTube reading stuff. On an advice type subreddit, OP posted that he's recently started seeing this chick. I dislike this term. What is wrong with women, girl, lady, anyways? Well, chick isn't that bad. And recently her V had developed some foul odor and he is unsure whether and how to discuss it. Many comments advised that her pH levels could have been unbalanced, potentially due to having S with him. Yeah, that could be one of the reasons too, 100%. According to this guy, levels are just something we use as an excuse, and he has a very simple solution for us. Hesitant to believe him. Wait till you see the source at the end. I'm pretty sure all women have thought of the soap and water thing at some point in their lives, buddy. You're not the first one to discover this. The funny thing is that apparently lots of times when a woman is blamed for something like this by her partner, it's actually because of the partner's filthy deed that's causing the whole thing. Could be the thing too. Oh God, well, we've definitely read this before. I forgot on which sub. It could have been Not How Girls Work too, but this one's just so silly. I'm just gonna breeze over it real quick. Not sure if this has been posted here before, but women are cars now. Men, remember this. Your future depends on it. Alpha mentality. When you buy a used car, you have to pay the price for the damage done by others. This post is not about cars, son. Yeah, it's so stupid. All right, we're moving on. When a male chauvinist, what does that mean? A person displaying excessive or prejudiced support for their own cause or group, in particular, a man prejudiced against women. That's a term.
Chauvinist.
Chauvinists. Learn things every day. So when a male chauvinist gets mad about his genitals and forget how our bodies actually work. All right, so a guy posted this and says, 1, his DNA embeds in her body. Ew. Studies show male cells have been found in women's brains, livers, and even blood decades after S. What studies? Genuinely. A virg carries only her DNA. A non-virg carries the fingerprints of other men. That can't be true at all. There's no way. What study have you conducted? I need to know this. 2, vag, blah, 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 sperm stays with her. During V-sex, sperm can pass beyond reproduction. It can cross into her tissues and bloodstream. That means your wife could still carry the cellular echo of a man she's been with 10 years ago. That's not true either. There's no way. If you can find an actual study on this, please let me know. 3, booty S leaves residue too. There's no way. Come on. I at this point, I don't even, you know what? Let's read it just to entertain this humor. Sperm deposited through the booty doesn't just disappear. Cells can migrate through rectal walls into her bloodstream, enabling themselves in her body. This makes her past literally part of her biology. If that's the case, wouldn't you believe that that's a thing with anything though? Like any cell put on any other cell? She becomes a mosaic of men. If she's been, also, wouldn't the women fluids and cells be a part of us too? Like, you realize that men aren't the only thing, the ones in S that produces any fluids. If she's been with 10 men, fragments of 10 men can live inside her. That's so inaccurate. This is so bad. Like, and I love that there's no sources cited. You think she's yours, but biologically she's a shared vessel. The risk of future children, male DNA can pass from partners, have been found in women's offspring. From past partners, that's just called cheating. That means your child could carry cellular fragments of a man who isn't you. That's not just betrayal, it's bloodline contamination. If that's true, we're all a mix of everybody, most likely. Her energy changes. A V bonds to her man's masculine energy deeply. A non-V carries the spiritual and physical imprints of multiple men, diluting her ability to fully submit and connect. Yeah, this is the weirdest propaganda I've ever read. What in the actual tardation? And I love that there's no study cited either. That's crazy. TIL. Sperm is actually a parasite capable of infiltrating multiple tissues and embedding its genetic code into the host cell like a virus. Yeah, that's not how it works at all, buddy. That is actually insane what these guys and girls even sometimes will say. They tried to portray us as shallow, but the chart doesn't even have a source. Average height of love interest in adult romance novels. What? Is that a thing? Can you actually conduct a study on that? Because I feel like a lot of novels will be vague about it. It should be like tall man. Who actually says tall, 6'4"? I'm going to say a few novels might actually describe it, but the percentage of that must be very low. Average height of love interest in adult romance novels. There's no way. This is wild. 6'11" is this high. What are they, NBA books that you're reading? NBA love books? I hate that they keep on pushing this narrative. The comments are riddled with things like women are liars, and this is the bitter truth women refuse to admit. I mean, I don't think like any girl that I've ever asked, even when they date me, I'm like, women usually prefer taller guys, right? And I'm pretty sure most women, that even when they dated me, they said, yeah, probably most women do, but I don't. And I'm like, yeah, that's the whole point. There are women that have different preferences, dude. Anyways, on that note, I am done. That is crazy. We have read some goofy stuff today, man. Yeah, I don't even know where to go with this. But if you guys enjoyed this video and you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe and notification bell. We are so close to 13,000 subscribers. I love you guys so much, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful night or day, whatever time you're watching this, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.